Hello? Hello? Yes, it's on. Excellent. Good. Good. All right. Hello. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. No. It's been like 2 weeks since we were last here. I've been away doing things, exploring the world, having a jolly old time. Um I got off a plane today after spending 22 hours in the air. So that was fun. I'm very sleep deprived, and now I'm going to commit traffic violations in heavy vehicles. So probably a short one today, just so I don't absolutely crash and burn. I probably am actually going to crash like partway through the stream. Um, I'm probably just going to fall asleep and call it. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's get back on our bullshit. Um, Also, I was going to look at purchasing a trailer at some point, wasn't I? But in the meantime, we have a harvest of 58,000. Oh, and it's right where we are. Hell yes. We're going to take that one. There's a shorter one. No, screw it. We'll do the harvester because we can. All right. And of course, as always, we have to throw on our trucking music. And boop. Excellent. This will do well. I'm just going to grab up OBS. Excellent. All right, we should be in the world very shortly, ready to drive around the country that I did not visit. I don't know. Is America? Is Britain still included in Euro Truck Simulator now? Considering that it's not part of the EU anymore. Oh, what? Avoid sleeping offense. What are you talking about? Actually, I might do some repairs while I'm here. Okay. Let's just do a quick... Where's the sleepy spot? Oh, it's directly to our front, I think? No. Gotta just do a quick U-turn. Oh, I'm definitely optimizing this. Is it H for headlights? No, that's horn. Oh, there we go. There's our headlights. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I needed those. Okay. Sleepy time. Hopefully that job is still available once we've had our nap. Alright. Alright. Okay, I'm slowly figuring out what I'm doing in my groggy, jet-lagged state. I have... Oh, but that was engine turning engine off. What's... Okay, and that's radio. I need to remember what my buttons are. Ah, that's right. I don't actually need my hand on the mouse that much. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me after 2 weeks. 2 weeks of leisure and idleness. I am once again ready to labor. Which, is regrettable that I gotta go back to work tomorrow. I really should have thought that one out better. Actually, let's get some gas while we're here. Oh, ballot proof. Welcome in. I'm good. I've just gotten back from holidays. I'm a little bit tired, so this may be a slightly shorter one than normal. And it's also why I'm starting late, because I had to set up everything that had gotten out of date in the 2 weeks that I was gone. But no, aside from that, I'm good. I had a good time, and I'm ready to get back into it. How about yourself? How are you going? Having a good time this Monday evening, or Monday morning, whatever time and place it is you are in the world. Alright. Acquire petrol. Okay. Ah, nice. Morning times. Alright, well, I hope you have a good day ahead of you. I'm in that weird space where, I technically didn't sleep. I mean, I did. I kind of caught an hour here and there on the plane, but it's one of those things where you're not really sleeping. It's kind of more like meditating. So, yeah, we'll see how that combines with heavy vehicles and safe operation therein. So we're just going picking ourselves up a harvester to deliver. Hopefully I've made the correct choice. I usually just go with whatever has the most money. And is also the most interesting. Small jobs I find are, you know, they're a safe source of money, but they're relatively boring. So, green light, please. Green light, please. Green light, please. Green light, please. Traffic authority, green light. Thank you. But yes, I'm assuming you've dropped on by for some American Truck Simulator. It's one of my preferred relaxation games on stream, because it doesn't require a huge amount of thinking, which is good, because even on a good day I'm pretty lacking in brain power. Today especially, so. What is all these red lights? Go faster. I should drive in the British fashion. London driving. On by. It's always nice to have people come in and visit. Hopefully we get something entertaining happening tonight, and I don't just kind of fall asleep live on stream. That would be awkward. 6 hours of I'm just sleeping. But yeah, London drivers are they're a different breed. Like, they'll see a truck very obviously trying to back in to like a loading bay or something, and there'll be a car in front of them that's stopped to allow this truck to back in, and they'll just be like, nah, fuck it. You're clearly not doing enough to get around this truck that's taking up the entire road. It's like, I can see that there's nothing you can do, but I'm going to make it your problem anyway. Still not as bad as Parisian drivers. If you ever go to Paris, look at the bumpers of the cars parked in Paris. The front and rear bumpers are just covered in dents. Because they basically just run into each other when they park. And it's like my tour guide, when she explained it to us, she was like, Parisian drivers, they are like the French people. When we greet each other, you know, we give the kiss on the cheek, and it's like that with the car. You must kiss the car in front of you, and then in reverse, kiss the car behind you. Bonjour, bonjour. So excuse my horrible French accent there. But yeah, that's basically Parisian drivers. I don't have the courage to try driving in Vietnam, though. Vietnam or Indonesia. They're the two places I'm just like, nope, I'll be a pedestrian, thank you. Alright, let's go, truck boy. Not this right, the next right. Whoop. We are getting far too many red lights tonight. How far are we off this job? Not too far. Be gone, pizza truck. Ooh. Oh, so many red lights. So many. Whomst has cursed me. Oh, no. Let's cut some gears here. I don't need to worry about being too low of a gear because I'm riding bobtail at the moment. I haven't got a trailer on, so I don't have any mass to really worry about. That mass. Pizza truck, don't tell me you're following me to my destination. Don't tell me you're contesting this job. Okay, good. I'm in a separate lane. I can overtake him now. Suck my dick. Gas it. Yep, bit of a slow start there because we were in too high of a gear. Again, doesn't really matter because we haven't got a trailer on. Oh, you son of a bitch. How dare you cut me off like that? I must have vengeance upon Pizza Man. That is the one thing that is a little bit disappointing about this game. Like, everything is big rigs, you can't drive the smaller trucks. I'd love to do something like a little flatbed or a little cement truck or something. Okay. Once again, with all of the red lights. Come on, we good? We good? There's literally no one here. There is no one here. Where is my green? Prage for green. There we go. JD Motel. Yeah, that was like, I mean, there are a couple. I think, I know I did stay at one, well, it was a travel-in lodge in the UK, but I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't really see motels that much in the UK. I don't know if they're a thing there that much. Strangely enough, I stayed in 2 hotels, both of which were ex-prisons. I don't know how I managed that, but maybe they sensed my Australianness and were like, ah, yes, we have the perfect hotel for you, Mr. Takame. The convict ones. They could smell the Australian on me like, convict. I mean, it's bad enough we were flogging them in cricket. Alright. Okay, we'll cut that back a little bit just so we're not speeding. Oh, red light. Come on, come on. I have only so much energy for small talk that I can make at stoplights, please. Please, I want my truck. I want my trailer. I wanna get rolling on the highway. I want that Darius Rucker wagon wheel. Also, The Midnight, excellent song. Absolutely based band, because they're like, hey, do whatever you want with our music on Twitch. We won't give you a content strike. Based indeed. Oop. I need to focus on where I'm actually driving instead of dancing. Okay, next turn's just up here. Train. Nyum. Oof. Okay, maybe taking that a little bit fast. Oh well. Alright, what have you got for me? Have you got your excavator? Yes, you do. Oh, it's a harvester. Okay. Great, no, that's way less money. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's go. Okay, where's the trailer? There it is. Yeah, that'll do. Hard over. Yeah, boy. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And this actually should give us a pretty good angle of approach for getting out. Okay. We got full gas. We're not sleep. Well, we're not in-game sleepy. We're IRL sleepy. We got traction. That's very good. Is it worth locking my differential? Probably not. Maybe. No, I can't remember what the key for lock diff is, though. Whoop, okay. Gonna need to take some turns a little bit wide on this one, because it's a low loader. With their little weird, funky front pivot thing. So you can see it in the mirrors. There's like a front thing that I'm attached to, and then there's the actual trailer that hangs off the back of that. And kind of takes a while to take corners. Let's get a bit of inertia up because we're going to need it. Alright, so you've got to take it hard on the corner there to then get it around that way, I think. I don't know, it's really annoying if there's traffic in that other lane. Also, it's a good thing I filled up on fuel before I put this thing on, because I tried to take one of these to a gas station once, and yeah, it was not a smart idea. I don't have smart ideas at the best of times, but yeah, rocking a low loader through a suburban gas station, not a bright idea. Which was the other thing I found kind of surprising when I was in the UK was, yeah, that like there was plenty of trucks and stuff, but there was very little like heavy freight, and maybe it's just because I live near a freight port and I see a lot of like heavy shit like boats and mining machinery and like parts of fucking cranes and stuff on low loaders all the time. Oh, I'm rolling backwards a little bit. That's okay. Give me the green. Give me the green, or like the song is saying, I will koroshi. I will kill. Excellent. Thank you for accepting the threat. Excellent. Okay, we're getting up to an area where we can start hitting 55, which means I can start building up a bit of speed on this thing. Because that's the advantage with a heavy load like this. Once you get rolling, once you've gotten past that rolling resistance, it's actually pretty easy to maintain speed. Oh, coppers. Alright, let's gas it up. I think this downslope will get us a little bit of what we need. Yeah, there we go. That's the good stuff. Oof. Yeah, not a fan of taking the turns with the low loader. Yep. That was, not great. Didn't realize there was a sharp right-hand turn with the low loader there. I'll bugger off. Whoops did I run into? No one. Oh, fuck off, cops. This is entrapment. You were waiting for me. You planted that hard right turn there. I'm just glad there was no one awkwardly parked on my tail to, like, run into my trailer as well. Because I've had that happen more than a few times. Okay, I probably should have locked the differential here, but that's okay. Well, there goes my plans of getting a nice roll on. Oh, that's an upslope. That's going to be a little bit painful. Okay. Yeah, yep. Good RPM gear change. There we go. There we go. Alright, we're in the zone now. So we'll go up one more to 16. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of sleep, a little bit of sleep, a little bit of speed on this slope. Oh, no you don't. No you fucking don't. I see you left-hand turn. Trying to trick me, trying to cheat me. Okay, we're gonna take the right. Okay. Give me that green. There we go. Okay, we're gonna clear it. We're gonna clear it. Oh, no, we're not. Again, this is why I hate the fucking low loaders. Still haven't quite mastered the sharp turns on them yet. Okay, let's get some roll up. Okay, this should be a nice run. Probably one gear too high on that to be fully efficient, but that's okay. We will make do. Because this is looking pretty flat and level for the next while. Yeah, once we crack up to about 55, we can put on cruise control and just vibe. There we go. We're in the vibe zone. Welcome to the American Truck Simulator Lovense Vibe Zone. I mean, what? Sorry. Yep, we don't have that sponsorship. Not sure if we can talk about that on Twitch. Okay, it's still going to take 17 hours. Was it really smart taking a 17-hour job when I'm horribly sleep deprived? No, it's the children who are wrong. Okay, what do we got behind us? We got some American pickup trucks. Oop, I should really stay in my lane a little bit. Drifting a little bit. I kind of wish there was just a like center on lane button I know that'd be cheating, but it'd be nice if I could just... We're in California. That explains the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. Some of the other states let you higher, up to like 85, and it's brilliant being able to flog it that fast. Also, I know a mile per hour is faster than a kilometer per hour, but it always strikes me as weird. Because I know 55 miles per hour is close to like 100 kph, but it feels like I'm like driving 50 on a highway. That's not wrong. Incorrect. Nyum. Okay, we're heading to San Fran by the looks of it. I'm getting a little sleepy. Shouldn't be too much problem. I really should buy... Well, I don't know. I don't like the sleeper cabs, though. I know they let you sleep anywhere, but they don't look as good. And if there's anything that we're about in this game, it's about the vibes. It's the reason why I drive a truck that's, you know, color shift purple and orange. It's all about the vibes. That's actually why I should get a trailer, because that way I can put my sexy synthwave colors on my trailer. I gotta say, this is actually pretty impressive so far. Look at that. The little international harvester that could. Oversized load. Hell yeah, it is, baby. Hang on, y'all. Big load. Big dick coming through. Oh, you son of a bitch. My indicator is on, you son of a bitch. Do you want to die? The answer is maybe. So usually the AI traffic does respond to traffic indicators. Oh. A little bit of engine braking there. Yeah, let's cruise control at 55. Oh. I don't need to lane change. Really just turn my hazard lights on all the time. That way no one will come up either side of me. They will just avoid me. They will know, and it'll be justified. It would be legal, because everyone knows that I am perpetually a hazard on the road. Plus, it's literally just what Uber drivers do in the UK. They pull up to drop someone else, and they just immediately hit the hazard lights. Nyum. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it already. I think this is going to be the run. Like, we're going to get one in this stream, and then I'm going to, like, crawl into bed and sleep. Sleep. Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it catching up with me. I think I slept through both or at least one of the safety videos on the plane today. Although it doesn't help, because I'd already seen the one previously, and the Singapore Airlines safety video is weird anyway. So you know like the classic safety video of like, in the event of an emergency, your life jacket is located here, your exits are here, here, and here. Here's how to use the emergency slide. you know, put your seatbelt on like this and secure with the waist strap. You know, in the event of cabin depressurization, oxygen masks will drop from the ceiling. You know, your life jacket is fitted with a whistle and a light for attracting attention, blah, 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 blah. Singapore Airlines, as their name may imply, very heavily enmeshed with Singapore, and they do a lot of, like, pro-Singapore tourism stuff, so all of their, like, in-flight movies and stuff have ads beforehand that are like, come and invest in Singapore, like, consider, like, using the services of this Singapore bank for your business, you know, consider, like, setting up your business in Singapore because we don't have company taxes or whatever, which would be great if I was, you know, rich enough to own my own business, but no. So maybe when Takame and Ando VTubers LLC takes off, I can register my VTubing shell company, pun intended, in Singapore. But for now, yeah, not particularly of much utility to me. So the safety video on Singapore Airlines flights, they also use it as like a safety video and Singapore tourism ad, where they're like, oh, no, okay, I took that way too hard. Oh boy, okay, I tried to, like, just tidy that up a little bit, but I was picking up way too much speed on that, and just absolutely fucking jackknifed the trailer. Oh, fuck off. You son of a bitch. You could see what was going on there. You're not a moron. Absolute motherfucker. Anyway, the point that I was trying to elucidate as I destroy that stop sign that defies me, is that, yeah, so Singapore Airlines use their, like, safety video as also a tourism video for Singapore. So they're, like, showing you places in Singapore whilst also showing you the safety stuff, and it's really weird. And I don't know why they do it. Well, I know why they do it. Again, it's they want to drive tourism for Singapore. I just don't know why they think it's a good idea. Because they'll be like, you know, have your seat back up and your tray table stowed for landing and takeoff. But the chair they're showing isn't like an airline chair. It's a weird, old, like, traditional Chinese chair from some museum. Okay, take it wide, stay alive. There we go. Okay, I think 12 should be... maybe 11. There we go, there we go. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've kind of got that, like, stripped voice thing you get. I don't know if other people get this, but I find when I've been traveling in planes for a lot of time, because of how dry the air in them is, my sinuses and my throat get a little bit just jacked up. So I'll get like a running nose and a sore throat. It's not actually a cold or anything. It's just me being all dried out and crusty and gross. So hopefully that's gone away by tomorrow. Okay, let's put it up to 16th gear. How many gears do I have? Do I have 18 gears now? Do I have 20? Can't remember. I put in the big fancy gearbox. It gives me like 1 billion gears. $55. Oh, no. The cruise control did not engage properly. I think that one did. Excellent. Now we can just rock it at a nice 55. The truck will do the driving for us, more or less. Yeah, the AI drivers, I wish they were just, like, they're pretty good, but I wish they were just that little bit better. Because usually I find when someone's driving along with a wide load on them, usually people give them a bit more space. Also, may or may not have a blocker car as well. Someone literally just to drive behind you to stop people getting too close. Nyum. Alright, 13 hours left. We are getting a little bit sleepy, but we've still got some left in the tank. Let's just do a quick... Yeah, okay, there's a fair few rest areas down here, so I reckon we can get to somewhere along here before we have to take a nap. Oh, yes. Blue Oyster Cult. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's a funny song, this one. All because of that Saturday Night Live, the more cowbell sketch. I can never not hear the cowbell in this song. And it sounds good, but it's just I can always hear the dock, 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 particularly in the chorus lines. That was actually the great thing about the UK. Most of the pubs had pretty good music selections. And I was envious of a couple of them. There's one in Nottingham called Pit and Pendulum, which was like a goth bar. Oh lord, it was fun. Just had that very kind of like Poe-esque, like Victorian manor kind of styling to it. And an excellent taste in music. So, I don't know, I had a great time there. Hanging out with friends. Enjoying the ambiance. Because I find, like, bars and pubs in Australia are kind of a little bit half-assed. Like, in Japan and UK to a certain extent, when they go with a theme, they stick with the theme, and they're like, we're doing this right. Whereas, like, for instance, in Canberra, there's a bar called 88 Miles Per Hour, and it's supposed to be, like, a retro 80s-themed bar. But it's in, like, a basement. If you look up at the roof, you can see all the service stuff, you can see all the conduits and the pipes and shit, and they've just spray-painted them black. And kind of hoped you don't notice instead of putting in a proper ceiling. Ah, Floof-a-doof, welcome in. A bear is on my donkey. Is that... I see no Smokey. What's the issue? I don't see no Popo. I'm pretty sure my CB vernacular is correct for that one. Bear is police is correct. Is that not right? Yeah, yeah. I came a little bit prepared. As soon as I started driving this game, I was like, people are gonna say CB slang to me, so I'm gonna go and Google it and be like, what are common CB words that people say? Although I also found out that it varies from place to place. Because, yeah, I was talking to some people locally, and I picked up some of the local CB slang. Apparently they call any truck that's carrying dirt a shit hauler. So there's a winding kind of pass near my house. Well, it's not actually that near, it's about an hour's drive. But, it's an absolutely fucked road. It goes up this, like, weird mountain valley pass thing. Yeah, truck drivers, for whatever fucked up reason, take their trucks up that. And they CB each other when they're coming up and down to make sure there aren't too many on the pass at one time. And they'll be like, yep, we got a shit truck coming down, shit hauler. Just anyone with dirt or like coal or something like that. But, yeah, welcome in Floof-a-doof. You're here for some trucking. Here for some big rigs. My baby. My little international harvester that could. Whoop. let's not commit a traffic violation just yet. We've already committed too many this stream. Yes, as you may have guessed from the title, I am quite sleep deprived. I got on a plane yesterday, and flew back from England, so I've been in the air for 22 hours, and I landed at 6 p.m. local time, and it's now 10:30 local time, so... Ooh... Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The question with that is, if you take the engine from this and put it in a Civic, would you have room for the gearbox for this? Because horsepower is one thing, transmission's the other one. That's what I had a friend who used to be back in the day, like back in the 70s, was really into drag racing. And his cheap build for drag racing was he'd go down to like the junkyards and buy like a shitty cheap Volkswagen Beetle. You know, one that wasn't clapped out, but one that was like, no one wants this. So you go and buy a Beetle and strip it down. Yeah, good point. I'm wondering what the volume dimensions would be if you'd even fit it into a Civic. But yeah, so what he used to do is he used to get like VW Beetles, because they're not big, and they're only like, I think they're like a 90 horsepower engine. I need to check, but the thing with VW Beetles is that they have an insane power to weight ratio because they're really light, and because their engine's air cooled, it doesn't have a radiator or anything. So I used to take this thing drag racing, and he would absolutely smoke people who had like Hemis and like, you know, Ford Mustangs and shit. So they'd be there at the drag track being like, oh yeah, I got my big, you know, American muscle car, you know, I'll take this drag, and I'll be like, cool, I got a Volkswagen Beetle, I'll fuck you over. And they bet money on it, and he's like, Brrr. Like, cool. You know, you've got twice the engine horsepower that I have, but you also have 3 times the weight. So I'm just going to smoke you at this drag track and take all of your money. Thank you, bye. Oh, it's nighttime. Actually, that's a good question. How sleepy are we getting? We are getting a little bit sleepy, so let's mark that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always all right. I'm very pragmatic when it comes to my cars. I don't drag race them or anything. I'm very much a, like, it's a tool that gets me from point A to point B. But I have friends who are into cars, and a friend of mine, his dad used to do like classic stock cars. So he'd buy old, like, again, he had a 69 Mustang at one point. And he'll buy old ones that are like a bit beat up, and then he'll restore them, and he restores them to stock configuration. So like, part of me sees that and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a 69 Mustang, but then you're putting a GT350 engine into it. Not stock, illegal, illicit, forbidden. Because yeah, his whole thing was, yeah, he used to buy like old Mustangs, old Chevys and stuff like that, do them up, like drive them for a bit, then sell them, buy his new project car, do it up, sell it, so on and so forth. But again, like, he was very very deliberately stock. Yeah, again, I don't mind people customizing cars. It's just, again, what I'm used to. And that is one of the other ones as well. So my real world background is in electrical engineering. And I've helped friends work on cars before, and I've had a look at the wiring loom on some of these older cars, and I'm just like, man, if I had the money and the time, I would strip this whole thing out and be like, fuck it, we're just gonna put modern electrics in this thing. We're just gonna put like decent wiring. Oh god, oh god, oh god, we are going to start rolling. We're going to start rolling. Fuck you, Jeep. Fuck you. Oh. Balls. I hate the AI in this game sometimes because they stop short at hills like this. When I'm trying to keep my inertia up when I've got a heavy load on. Ah, you fucking bastard. I'll find you, white car. I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna kill you. Alright. Are we good? Are we good? Are we making the corner? We are making the corner. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, you've probably improved the Ferrari in that case. I don't know. So, some of the classic Ferraris are nice cars to look at, but I remember having this discussion with my uncle. So my uncle rides motorcycles, and he's mainly a Harley guy, but he knows a couple of guys who are into the Italian bikes, like the Ducatis and stuff. And he basically said that, like, yeah, the classic Ducatis are an absolute pain to own because apparently the Italian electricals in them are shit. Just take my trailer off here. Now we're gonna have a nap. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the trailer back on. Ha ha ha. There's no rule saying I'm not allowed to take the trailer off. But yeah, so from my understanding, a lot of the older Italian builds, a lot of the older Italian cars and bikes just have shit electricals to deal with. And also, apparently Ferraris, some of the older Ferraris do funky things in weird climates because they're designed for Italy where it's warm. So if you try and drive them where it's cold, the fuel pump can't handle it. That's what I've heard at least, but again, Ferraris are nice, like they look nice, but as I said earlier, I'm a very practical guy when it comes to cars. I do not need a car that goes that fast and sits that low to then get taken out by a speed bump. Ah, Bowling Master, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Yes, for those, actually, I've been a bit relapse in making intros because I'm tired and I've been on a plane for like 22 hours today. Yeah, my name is Takama Ando. You can just call me Ando for short. As you may or may not be able to guess from the large shell on my back, I'm a turtle. And I play a variety of different games. I like to focus on kind of indie sim stuff and also some shooters and stuff where I can. But I'll play a little bit of anything. So long as I think I can make an entertaining stream out of it, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, not quite a Turtwig. Turtwig minus the twig. No, I haven't played chess. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a shit chess player IRL. Although part of that might just be a lack of confidence. I went to school with a bunch of, like, just horrific fucking math nerds who just eviscerated me in chess. I'll be honest with you, I never learned to play checkers. A friend tried to teach me once, and I couldn't actually figure out how to play it. Checkers is a game that I do not understand. Oh god, have we started a flame war in chat? Is this now the war of a checkers or chess? Who wins? Okay, steady on, guys. Steady on. I played a little bit of chess, but I'm not very good at it. Have never really played checkers. I kind of like Chinese checkers, but I think that's mainly just because you can have like 6 people playing it. Oh man, that was something that made me sad. So like, one of the things my town used to be known for was in the mall. There was this, like, one of those giant chessboards, yeah? Like the giant human-sized ones. Or like half human-sized ones. And all the old, like, ethnic guys, all the old, like, Greek and Turkish and Macedonian guys all used to just sit around all day. Like, that's what they do, is they go into town and sit around this chessboard and be, like, just yelling at each other in Greek over chess stuff. And then they got rid of it, and all the old guys left. Then they put it back in, and all the old guys didn't come back. And now they, like, sit around the corner and play dominoes instead. And I miss the giant chessboard. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty easy to get the basics of chess. The hard part of chess, in my experience, is all the formulas. You have to learn all the different openers. You have to be like, okay, that's the Scotch opener, therefore I need to do this opening or in response, or I need to do the refused English opening, or whatever the hell they call it. Which is actually one of those interesting things. You probably, like, if you're a beginner at chess, you probably won't beat someone who's really good at chess, but you can actually give them a run for your money just because of the fact that you don't know what you're doing. So it makes it much harder for them to predict what you're going to do, because they expect you to make the correct move against what they do. If you make the wrong move, they're like, well, shit, like, what do I do now? So I have done that a couple of times where I've played against experienced people, and they've been like, I had no idea what the fuck you were doing in the middle of the game and had no idea how to respond to it. They were just like, I was just holding out long enough for you to build a gap that I could then exploit. And I'm like, yeah, that happened, but... the hard part of chess is knowing all the weird rules, like en passant. I mean, you know it's a weird game if it has French in the rules. But no, maybe one day I'll do chess. I'll do like a chess collab. I'll get some people on, we can play chess. I don't know, counterpoint. If checkers is so easy, how come I don't know how to play it? Checkmate atheists. No, the answer is to why I don't know how to play checkers is because it's not really as popular of a game here as it is in, like, the US. A little bit too much welly on that one. I was just worried that the trailer was going to drag me back down the hill if I didn't get far enough up. We managed it. We're surviving. We're surviving. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do immediately after stream, is Google how to play checkers. All I know is, like, you can only take pieces diagonally or something. And you have to tell people to king you. I have no idea what it means, but it's a thing. Just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible. Man. I low-key kind of missed that point where Shia LaBeouf was crazy enough to do shit like that. He's kind of grown out of it just a little bit. He's kind of... he's gone out of his, like, weird Nicolas Cage phase. The thing I love about Nicolas Cage is the fact that Nicolas Cage has been going for, like 30... like, since the 90s, probably about 30 years, he's just been in his weird Nicolas Cage phase. Like, I was watching an interview with him where they were like, oh yeah, you said you were writing a book about your acting method and you called it like Nouveau Shamanic. Can you explain this to us? And he's just like, oh yeah, so my acting method is called Nouveau Shamanic. And I take it from like, you know, these like spirit men I've talked to who are shamans, who are like, you know, oh yeah, I invest the spirit of my ancestors into myself to like guide people through life or whatever. And he's like, that's what I do with acting. I like bring the spirit of the role into myself. I'm just like, man, this is fucking bullshit, but I like it. It's the same with Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal like has this video, like this video series he does, and you can find it on YouTube. And it's just him like wandering around talking about shit, and he'll just like point at a plane and be like, oh hey man, that's you know, a Boeing 79575, you know, double deck, you know, with the General Electric engines. And people are like, what the fuck, how do you know that? And he's like, oh, don't you know, man, I've been flying planes for like 40 years. And it's like, no you fucking haven't, but whatever. He just wanders around, just talks about shit. Oh hey man, that's such you know, that's Wahama cheese from the, you know, Criolla province of Mexico. You know, I don't know, man, I've been making cheese for 50 years. Alright, king me means you need to take one of the pieces you took from the person saying king me, stack it onto their piece with the crown facing up. Okay, so in furtherance to that, what does that achieve? Like, I'm assuming it means like you take a piece back, which means that their score gets diminished. Does that, like, who does it benefit? Is it the person who is kinging or the person who gets kinged that is benefited here? Because I actually don't even know how you score checkers. I'm assuming it's the most pieces taken. Because the thing with chess is that, yeah, all the pieces actually have variable point scores. Off the top of my head, I think it's one for pawns, 3 for rooks, 3 for knights, 4 for bishops, 6 for queens, I think. Ah, I see. There was a game I was looking at recently. I will Google it. That's my solution to many problems. It's basically what my job is. My job is professionally Googling things. It's like, they're like, hey Ando, can you make the thing do this? And I'm like, well, I think I can. Let me just Google it and see what other people say. And then I'll be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can make it do the thing. And then I make it do the thing. But yeah, I actually, when I was at a game store in the UK recently, I saw a game that was kind of like that was interesting. It was a modified version of Japanese chess, Japanese checkers, shobu. But you play it on 4 boards, and it's like the 2 boards diagonal from each other mirror each other. So if you put a piece on the top right board, you also have to put a piece on the bottom left board. So you can kind of pull off, and like every move you make has to be mirrored. So you can pull off, ooh, tumbleweeds. Yeah, you can pull off like funky strategies where like you force your opponent into a trap because, you know, yeah, they take one of your pieces on the top board, but they wind up moving one of their pieces in the bottom board into a position where you now control that whole board or something. Which again seems far too smart for me. Then again, I recently learned how to play Blood Bowl, and that was this game. This game right now is American Truck Simulator. So I'm in California currently. I have a couple of 100 tons of harvester and trailer on the back of me, and I'm heading to, actually, where am I heading? I've started out in Redding, so I'm heading over to Camp Verde in Arizona. So I started off in just south of Redding, and I'll be finishing up in Arizona. So we've got about 8 hours. It was a 17-hour trip, so we're about 8 hours left. Should actually probably manage my speed a little bit better. Alright. 40 mile an hour. 46, 47, 48. But no, I like this game because it's nice and comfy, it's low energy, I don't need to think too much, which is ideal for me at the moment, because again, I am severely sleep deprived. But it's nice when I kind of just want to have a chat and enjoy the vibes. You know, look at my pretty truck. It has synthwave colors. Whoop, didn't want to sideswipe that barrier. Okay, that's a little bit too fast. Cruise control on. Excellent. I will say I do like that about this game. They are very forgiving when it comes to the damage modeling. Because I have run into enough cars that would have been completely obliterated getting hit by this thing. And I'm like, I'm glad to not have that on my conscience. Man's got a gallon of oil. My car gets 30 rogs to the hod's head, and that's how I like it. The metric tool is... the metric system is the tool of the devil. Alright, I think we're slowly but surely gonna overtake this guy. Yeah. Suck it. Who's winning now? I am. Okay. So, this is apparently what a king can do, while a regular checker can only move forward. A king can move in any direction. It can move one space diagonally forward or backwards each turn. It can also move multiple spaces whilst jumping and change directions to continue jumping. Just as with regular pieces, a king must make all the jumps available to it on a turn. Kings can be jumped and captured by regular pieces. Okay. Because I think I had that once when my friend was trying to show me how to play checkers, and she was just like, brr, and like took like 7 pieces at once, and I was just like, what the fuck? How does this game work? Have you bamboozled me? Have you deceived me? Objects in the rearview mirror are losing. Gonna drive on the wrong side of the road to overtake all these motherfuckers. I'm coming for you, boss. You can't run from me. Oh god, oh god. This is gonna be hell. Okay. Alright, I bled a little bit too much speed there. I hate it when we randomly just go into the suburbs. Yeah, okay. Again, I... Probably once I got used to it and I could start seeing the patterns, probably wouldn't be so bad, but I feel like I just get my ass handed to me at checkers too many times just from being, like, not knowing what to look for. Because, like, once you can start seeing the patterns, that's when life gets easier. But no, the weird ones that, again, I always had to deal with back in the day was having a bunch of math nerds for friends. Playing poker against them was a nightmare. Because they all figured out how to count cards, and it just made it absolutely no fun. Because, like, no one would gamble. Ah, Avatar! Welcome in. Welcome into the sleep-deprived, sleepy sleep stream. Oh, no, fuck the police. I don't care. You will not divert me. You cannot contain me. I got a wide load. I got a thick booty. Yeah, there we go. Fuck the police. You can't stop me. It's like the description says, unknowable, unstoppable. I don't know what I'm doing, therefore you can't know what I'm doing. But welcome in, Avatar. How you doing? Ah, thank you for the sushi, Luffadoof. Thank you for summoning Van Damme. He likes sushi. Whoa. How you doing, Avatar? It's probably gonna be a short one tonight. We're probably gonna. Oh, you motherfuckers! You try and trap me for a second time, but you can't. I'm too strong. I don't know. I think Avatar could bend fire. They're pretty hot. They could try. Yum. Okay. 16 miles per hour. Actually, speaking of, that was something I managed to catch when I was in London. Turns out there is a Back to the Future musical, and it's really fucking good. 88 miles per hour. They made a couple of little changes. Avatar, have you seen that green text? There's a green text about like what would the most like terrifying bending method be in like the Avatar world, and people are like, oh, airbenders, because they could, like, you know, like pull the air out of your lungs and suffocate you and stuff like that. But the response was waterbenders, because jizz is mostly water, so they could just like essentially crush your balls from the inside. Or like just perpetually neg you. Just be like, oh, what's that? What's that? Getting close? No, you're not. Get back in there. Yeah, exactly. Explode the balls. Oh, speaking of, so on the flight over to UK, I decided to watch John Wick 4, and I didn't have high hopes because, like, the first John Wick film is phenomenal. It's great. The second and the third ones are mediocre. The fourth one is actually not bad, but I noticed a trend in that there is a remarkable number of dick shots, right? There are so many times where someone gets, like, kicked or punched or stabbed or shot in the groin. And I swear, yeah, well, I think it's out. It was out on the plane when I could see it on Singapore Airlines when I was flying over. But I swear they must have been going for the record number of dick punches in this film, just because there are so many. Like, I swear, like, the director must have just been like, look, it's the last one, because I'm pretty sure it's the last John Wick, at least for now. And I'm pretty sure he was just like, you know what? Just dick shots. Because, like, the first couple I wrote off as coincidental. I was like, oh yeah, sure, this is just part of the film, right? Like, that's a fight. You know, if someone's trying to kill you, you'd shoot him in the dick or whatever. But it became so consistently present that I was just like, yeah, like that. And no joke, someone actually does get sorted in the groin, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no, 4 is pretty good. It suffers from all the shit they added in 3 and 2, but it also has some really cool shit in it as well. What's his face? Donnie Yen, who's in it, really good, phenomenal. Why so much Rob? Elaborate? Um... Actually, also, circling back around, I had another thought. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, Doof, in regards to being, oh, why so much Van Damme? Because there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of Van Damme, green screens on YouTube, and I thought they were funny. Okay, I need to pull in for the way station. Where is the way station? Yeah, because I like things that the audience can use to interact with my stream. And there was a bunch of those Jean-Claude Van Damme ones for free, and I thought they were funny. So I went and got them and put them on there so people can you know, have little moments on stream. Yeah, I'll stop the truck up ahead once you get the fuck off, other dude. Yes, before I was interrupted, before I had to go on the weigh scale, what I was saying was, in regards to the whole people being salty that waterbending is the strongest, I don't know, I don't agree with that position. Like, I don't agree that there is one single strongest bending technique. I think all of the bending techniques in some way have some sort of horrific application you can use for them. It's just the nuance and the technique that's required. So like obviously you've got blood bending, right? In that you use the water in someone's blood to like manipulate their body. For earth bending, you've got metal bending where you can potentially, or even just earth bending in general, where you can potentially just manipulate the minerals in their body, like the iron in their blood and stuff, just to rip their blood out. Again, air bending, you can have it just to suffocate people, suck the air out of them. And fire bending's a little bit trickier, but you could probably do some thermal stuff in terms of like basically microwaving people. Yeah. And the other thing as well is like things like blood bending and metal bending, as far as I'm aware, tend to be like a more nuanced technique. Like they require a certain level of skill and application. So it's not like just some rando can just be like, cool, I'm just gonna just yeet, pull out all your blood. But the other thing as well is like, for instance, yeah, so it's got stuff like that, but I actually reckon more subtle stuff. So like, for instance, in a couple of episodes, you can see things like, for instance, I think Iroh uses like firebending to heat up some water in a pool. Zuko uses firebending to heat up water in a cup. And also when he's swimming in the ice in the northern water tribe kingdom, when he's infiltrating there, he uses fire to heat himself up after he's been in the water. But he does it without actually using fire. He just kind of heats himself up. And that's where I think firebending is actually at its most dangerous, because the human body is supposed to operate at like 36 to 37 degrees Celsius roughly. And it doesn't take all that much of a heat increase to be lethal. Yeah, exactly. So like it doesn't take that much of a temperature increase in the human body to be lethal. So really what a firebender could potentially do is lay hands on you, like just touch you and be like, cool, I've now raised your internal body temperature by 10 degrees. You're fucking dead. Like your brain has stopped functioning. That's the sort of shit that firebending potentially could do. Swamp bending's fun just because of the swamp hillbillies. Zeke and Deke wanting to eat that there lemur. No, what is it? They got a lemu. That's it. I bet that there lemu tastes like swamp chicken. I don't know. I kind of like the sandbenders. I liked the fact that they were just like Like the swamp benders we kind of got a bit of an introduction to as being like, you know, weirdos but like nice guys overall. The sand benders were just kind of like utterly irredeemable bandits. They're just these guys fucking riding around in the desert stealing shit. So I kind of like them. Well, exactly. I don't know. I don't know how slow it would be, because the thing as well, alright, like, the reason why suffocation is normally slow is because of the fact that we have some air left in our lungs. If you sucked the air out of someone's lungs and prevented more from going in, you'd probably pass out pretty quickly, just due to the concentration of CO2 in your blood. It's just that normally we have a little bit of a reserve in our lungs to get us by. Because actually the thing that causes breathing, and the thing that, like, you know when you're underwater, like if you go diving or whatever, and you hold your breath, and the thing that makes you like go and want to come up to the surface to breathe is not actually the amount of oxygen left in your lungs, it's the amount of carbon dioxide that's in your lungs. It's actually an impulse to exhale, not an impulse to inhale. So, again, if they can fuck with that, then potentially they can do some quite debilitating things. Yeah, exactly. Or the other one you could do, again, it depends exactly what constitutes as air. Because the other one as well is you could take dissolved oxygen in someone's blood and cause it to revert to a gas and create air bubbles in their blood, which basically will block your heart and kill you. So again, there's a lot of stuff you can do. It's just the level of nuance and kind of, I guess, a finesse the technique would require. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, you could do it that way, or maybe you could just like stab someone with a giant icicle. You know, sometimes the simplest solutions are best. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of a shame that airbending hasn't been explored more. Maybe because they announced like last year that they were doing a bunch more Avatar projects, so we'll see what they come out with. Again, I want more creative, like, stuff, because one of my favorite episodes is the one where they're trying to get Katara into the prison, and so they get her to earthbend by doing fake earthbending, by using like the air to lift up the boulder and stuff like that. I thought that was cool, and I would like to see more of that. Well, again, that's the other question though, is like, can airbenders bend helium, or can they only bend air? Well, again, that's one of the ones I think it's interesting. Like, again, those crossover ones, like lava bending, because lava bending really is earth bending. It's just you're doing it as a firebender. So I reckon there's some interesting stuff to do there in terms of, like, again, people using a different bending technique with a style that's not their native style, and coming up with something creative. Like, again, Iroh's his lightning redirection technique that he developed is based on waterbending techniques. Oh, I've lost all of my speed. How did I do this? How did I lose all of my methamphetamine? Oh, come on. Yeah, it's where things get a little bit interesting because of the whole, like, you know, it's very broad in terms of its earth, air, fire. It's also kind of weird in that it's not the traditional Chinese paradigm. The traditional Chinese paradigm usually has 5 or 6. So it's usually it's actually usually not earth. So the traditional 5 Chinese paradigm is usually air, water, fire, wood, and metal. whereas they kind of combined wood and metal together and made it earth, sort of. Although sometimes it's metal, sometimes it's gold, depending on how they translate it. If you want a fun but also kind of stupid kung fu movie to watch, check out the 5 Elements Ninjas. It's not a good kung fu movie, but it's funny. Because they have all these, like, basically there's a feud between rival, like, kung fu schools, and one of them wins, and so the other guy's like, I'm gonna have my revenge on you by summoning my allies, and my ally is like a ninja master, and he has trained a bunch of people in the 5 ninja disciplines of, you know, air, fire, water, wood, and so they have to fight all of the different element ninjas, but all their techniques are just kind of silly. Like, the water ninjas, their whole thing is like swimming underwater with a reed sticking out of their mouth so they can like sneak up on you. But, you know, it being like an old 70s kung fu movie, they've actually had them like swim in a pool and try and fight in a pool, and it just, you can tell these guys are kind of floundering around with like floaty rings trying to stab each other and not really succeeding. And the wood ninjas literally just dress up as trees. Like, they just dress up as trees and wait for people to walk past and then stab them. But yeah, definitely give it a look. That's one of the things that made me mad about Netflix before this whole, like, no account sharing bullshit. Netflix used to have a whole bunch of the really good Shaw Brothers kung fu movies, like Kid with the Golden Arm, The 5 Venoms, Swordsman from Wu-Tang, you know, all that sort of stuff. 36 Chambers of Shaolin, one of my personal favorites. 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, another one of my personal favorites. Yeah, gravity manipulation's pretty good. I think the one that gets boring with gravity manipulation, in my opinion, is most people just do it as like a crushing force, whereas, I mean, gravity really is the attraction of one object to another object, right? Usually it's just Earth being the biggest object means it has the most attraction. But I think being able to manipulate the object, like the gravity of specific objects, is really interesting. Yeah, exactly. You can be like, cool, I'm going to make the gravity of this thing slightly higher so that you're attracted to it or it's attracted to you. So I have now changed the relative gravity between you and this knife. This knife is now attracted to you and is going to chase you to try and stick to you. Or alternatively, you can repel shit. You can be like, hey, I'm going to change the specific gravity of these things so that you can't get close to it. I've got that post air flight throat. The throat is not the goat today. I don't know, I always felt super speed was kind of underrated. Well, super speed is both underrated and overrated. The problem with super speed is you need to have, well, you need to either be like Barry Allen in The Flash, in that you move, your particles vibrate so fast that you can just run through walls and shit, or you need to have reflexes that allow you to avoid things. Because the problem with super speed is it's like, cool, I run faster than the speed of sound, but I don't react that fast, so I'm just gonna run straight into a wall and fucking die. But counterpoint, the useful thing is that because you can accelerate shit that fast, you're like, cool, a baseball is now a lethal weapon. My arm is a railgun. I can fire this thing at people and just delete them. Again, it depends on how creative you want to be with the writing. It's always been one of my problems with Superman, is it's kind of like, Superman's only real weakness is kryptonite. and he just has a solution to everything else. And it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, what's a threat to my boy Soups? Not much. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not interested. Haha, parking brake success. That's why I can't remember what it's in, but one of my favorite things in terms of superhero weaknesses was there's a character I can't remember what it's in. Was it in a manga? I can't remember. But there's a character whose whole thing is he can create duplicates of himself. He can split himself. But his total strength is divided by the amount of duplicates he makes. So if he splits himself in half and there's just two of him, but each one's half as strong as one. If there's four of him, they're each a quarter strong. So I always liked that as a concept of like, okay, yeah, he can create more of himself, but there's a very clear linear scale to the power. It's also the reason why I got bored with My Hero Academia. Because all the side characters were more interesting than Deku. But Deku just becomes stupidly powerful. Yeah. I don't know, the thing that always got me about the Flash is that they don't really have a rational explanation for why he's that fast. They're just like, Speed Force. It's a Speed Force. It makes you go fast. Is there any other reason behind it? Nope, Speed Force. Makes you speed. But I also do kind of get a laugh out of Anti-Flash. Because I'm not a huge Flash comics fan, and like back when I was getting into it, people explained to me Anti-Flash wrong, or reverse Flash, or whatever his name is. Because someone once explained to me, they're like, no, he's the opposite of Flash. He makes things slower, and it's like, no. He's just another guy who's got the Speed Force. He's just a dick. He's the guy who goes back in time. Like he vibrates so fast he goes back in time just to like kill Barry Allen's family. Just be like, I hate you, Barry. So I'm just gonna keep going back in time and fucking with your timeline just so you have a shit life. Which is both fun from a writing perspective because the authors can just keep retconning shit and be like, it was Reverse Flash. But also I enjoy that pettiness. The fact that he's just like, you know, I could use my powers to do anything I wanted, but I chose to like deliberately and specifically fuck with you, Barry. That's why actually I've been really enjoying the Jed MacKay run of Moon Knight. Because Zodiac is a fucking hilarious villain for that exact reason. His whole shtick is like, I like supervillains, I like vigilantes, I like people who give no shits about the law and just do whatever they feel like because of the fact that they're, like they can. So, you know, Moon Knight, I like the fact that you beat people up and cut their faces off. I dislike the fact that you've stopped beating people up and cutting their faces off. Therefore, I'm going to ruin your life and manipulate you to try and get you back to how I like you. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, okay, maybe it was the negative Speed Force stuff. I just remember, like, the way someone explained Reverse Flash to me was, like, how to put this? The way they explained it was, the Flash goes really fast, and that makes him faster than everyone. or reverse flash makes everyone else slow, so he's moving at a normal speed. It's just that everyone gets slowed down to the point that he is effectively really fast, and it means that when he's fighting the Flash, it negates out at basically just two regular dudes fighting each other, because one's going super fast, but the other one's making everyone else super slow. But maybe it was just a subpar explanation of the phenomenon. Because, I mean, it's like the classic King Crimson mistranslation in the old JoJo fan translations. For ages, no one quite knew what King Crimson did, because the fan translations hadn't quite got it right. Because it's like King Crimson deletes time, question mark? Which, yeah, that's what King Crimson does, sort of. It deletes a snippet of time and therefore makes you immune to the consequences of that. I'm not going to fall asleep. It's only 26 minutes. We're going to make it. And then I am actually going to go and crawl into bed and fall asleep. But yeah, like for years, the mistranslations of King Crimson resulted in the meme of it just works. How does King Crimson work? It just works. Phenomenon. Phenomena. Actually, I will admit that is a movie I'm hesitant but keen for, is the new Muppets one. The one about the Dr. Teeth and the Electric Machine. No, the Electric Mayhem, that's it, the Electric Mayhem. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Sleepy. Because it's what's their car called? Is it the Mystery Machine? That's Scooby-Doo. Fuck's sake, Ando. Get your franchises right. Oh, we're almost there. Okay, not this left turn. Alright, that was smooth. We managed to coast that one pretty well. I don't care that I'm speeding. Okay, the cops won't know. And what they don't know doesn't hurt me. Doing 40 miles an hour through a school zone. Yeah, I don't know, like, DC Comics were never that big over here, well, at least where I was. Like, the big one for DC over here was always Batman. Batman and Batman adjacent things like Nightwing and, like, Harley Quinn and stuff like that. They were the ones that were always kind of big here for DC. And maybe a little bit of Green Lantern. I know a couple of Green Lantern fans, but yeah, for me at least, DC was never quite as big as Marvel. I'm just gonna, in a hurry, I'm gonna skip this shit because I do not want to park it. Woo! 10,000 miles, nice. Alright. We have successfully made a bunch of money and didn't get fined for any late delivery or anything, so that's nice. Okay, actually, I'm gonna look at... Let's look at getting a trailer. Drop deck. Ooh, sliding tarp. Trivan. Wooden low body. Food tank. D-shaped tank. Gas tank. Grain hopper. Chip van insulated. So this is expensive, but let's just... Can I make it sexy? This is the important question. Okay. Camera, toggle lights. Full screen preview. Oh, can I get colors? Chain type. Body. That's driving. Okay, insulated. Oh, I can do colors. Hell yes. Can I load my preset? Yes, I can. Yes. Excellent. We can go full sex rig. We can have the full synth rig. Do I have the money for this? I'm really tempted by this. What else can I put on it? I don't really care. Tandem, sliding tandem. Okay, I need a garage somewhere else. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? Send it to our Reading garage. Yes. And now we're just gonna... Okay. Trailer manager. Can I use it for something? Yes. Okay, let's go. Okay, map. Map before I go sleepy time. Also, I wanna know how much I bankrupted myself. Alright. Where is our home? Is this it? I think this is it. Pretty sure there's a fast travel. Hang on. Yeah, quick travel. There we go. Reading. Yeah, okay, we still got money left. That's good. We have currency. Excellent. And now... Come on, load. I want to see my sex wagon before I go to sleep. Oh, yes. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is a rig with style. People are going to see this on the road and be amazed and then promptly blinded by the sheer reflectivity of this thing. Alright, I'm going to call it there. So we'll just... We'll gaze in awe and amazement at my sexy rig, and we'll find out who's around to raid. Because it's 11 o'clock, I think. Duplicator, 11:30. Back to Twitch. All right, who's on for a raid? Leaflet, Lumi, Piranha. Let's raid Ivo. I think if Ivo's still on. Playing the Resident Evil. Don't give me an ad. Ah, gave me an ad. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well. Let's just slot up for a raid on Ivo. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. At some point I'm gonna do a holiday stream. I'm gonna talk about all the things I did. Stuff like that. Catch up. But I'm probably gonna be taking it a little bit slow. Having just got back into the swing of things. Are we add I don't care. I don't care about this movie that's coming out or whatever. Pre-rolls. Insidious pre-rolls. Jesus, how long is this ad? Okay, good. We're clear to go. So I'm gonna send us away. Thank you all for dropping by. This one's been a little bit short, but I'm gonna send us away. Whee!